I think you already know him as a guest of many memes on social media. His name is Bill Gates, the founder of Windows, the computer software for many of us, and he also managed to become the richest person in the world in 2009 according to Forbes magazine, now the fourth. So who is this man? How did it become so successful? Let's explain it in MCH real style. Born on October 28, 1955, in Seattle, Gates was born to a lawyer father and a teacher mother. Gates, who went to informatics courses at the age of 12, started to educate himself from that time. He then spent most of his free time working on computer software with his friend Paul Allen. Two young men, who are small but very cunning, were searching for software errors of users in order to use the big computer of a company without paying money. In this way, they trained themselves seriously about computers. In 1972, they founded a company that produced software for the traffic counting and control system and made $20,000 in sales. A year later, Gates did an internship at TRW's ARMS business. In the mid-1970s, when personal computers were still in development at the time, there was no complete operating system for them yet. Thanks to the basic software language developed by the Gates and Allen duo in 1974, users could write their programs as they wished. MIT's company purchased marketing licenses from young researchers and ordered them to further develop the system. Thereupon, he founded a company called Microsoft in New Mexico with Gates Allen. Microsoft's difference was that it was the first company to dedicate itself to developing software for microcomputers. Soon, companies like General Electric were among its regular customers. In 1977, Gates signed license agreements with PC manufacturers such as Apple, Tandy, and Commodore to equip their instruments with BASIC. It was truly a great success. Gates was able to generate sales of approximately $3 million in 1979 with only 13 employees. After Gary Kildall's proposal for an operating system to be written for PCs was rejected, IBM turned to Gates. Gates purchased the DOS operating system from Seattle Computer Products for $50,000 and recruited Tim Patterson, one of the DOS developers at SCP. The DOS operating system was changed in line with IBM's needs and took the name MS-DOS. It broke worldwide sales records in the 80s. With wise foresight, Gates was able to sell to other hardware manufacturers while keeping the rights confidential. Subsequently, as more and more companies introduced devices compatible with IBM, the operating system they developed became uniform for all computers. Meanwhile, the company, which has 1,000 employees, established branches in Europe after the mid-80s. Gates has now started to grow like an avalanche. As the company's president, Gates valued consistent teamwork and a strict efficiency principle. The productivity of all employees was evaluated every 6 months. In parallel with the Gates operating system, he was also producing very successful works in the field of application software. He started the text processing system named Word after multi-plan spreadsheet calculator software. While Word was selling a lot in Europe, it was only slowly able to achieve success against its rivals Lotus 1-2-3 and WordPerfect in the USA. The definitive success of Microsoft in the software field was realized by the order of the Apple company. He was developing various application systems such as Word and Excel for the exemplary computer they named Macintosh. Gates converted his company to a joint stock company in 1986. Not long after, only 45% of his own share was over $1 billion in stock market value. Gates began work on the development of Windows, a graphical improvement of the MS-DOS operating system, in 1985. 3 years after launching Windows, they succeeded with a marketing campaign. Microsoft was constantly expanding this system with more advanced software elements. Gates was particularly keen on making Windows simpler and more useful. Microsoft was now the undisputed market leader in 1993. Annual turnover is $36 billion, its stock market value was over $140 billion. Bill Gates' current net worth is around $102 billion. Gates, who has had many successes with the spread of personal computers in the world, also aims to solve global problems such as malaria and hunger with the Bill v. Melinda Gates Foundation and does not seek any profit. Let's move on to the end of our video in the hope that new leaders will come around the world who change the world and benefit humanity, as Bill Gates did, and now that you have subscribed to the channel. Take care and see you in new videos.